And at the end of the year or quarterly, we look at how is your portfolio doing, not how is your one house doing. Are you with me? So people are buying, that's why 50, 100, and then they're adding their 401k, their IRA, they're adding money as they're depositing, converting their regular IRA to Roth, self-directed, so they can invest in this, and growing the money at 15, 20%, 25%, 30%, and on their return. And then while you're getting the return for this one, we're increasing, working on the other 2 or 3 to find the buyers. And although you're thinking that those other 2, that it'll take 90, 120 days, you're going to make ROI higher on those because you're going to get a down payment, most likely, and we're going to get immediate income, and we're going to be able to create a nice spread for you on the pool. And the other advantage of this is for today only, that if you invest in the $50,000 pool, you don't have to pay any separate buyer's premium. If there's 3 properties in the pool, that's $25 each, you don't have to pay the buyer's premium. Second advantage of that is, did you go over the fees for the...
I was going to go ahead and do that, but good time to do this.
Exactly. So, and the Garland's going to come after lunch and share with you, but other advantage of that in the pool is because these properties we already own. That means we have already, in our inventory, we have done the property preservation work, or we have already allocated for the property preservation work. We charge a one-time flat fee of $1,600 per property for property preservation and marketing. And for the first pool, for $50,000, you don't have to pay that either. You don't have to pay the $2,500 or the $1,600 property preservation fee. And once we are successfully sold the property for you, we charge $1,500 flat fee commission for selling it. That is not waived because that is coming. That is the only thing you have to pay, but most likely what we try to do is get that $1,500 as down payment so that you don't have to come out of pocket. If you get it, we try to get $1,500 to $2,500 down payment. And we don't want to go for any more because we want them, if they have more, we want them to put that money into the property and to fix it up. So if they get $2,500, we keep $1,500 and we give you $1,000. If we get $1,500, you don't have to come up with any money out of pocket. If you get $1,000, you only have to come up with $500. Are you with me so far? And we're going to go over it again after lunch, but I just want to tell you the advantage. And as you're going to start getting the taps in your shoulder, they're ready for you. So if somebody, Ronnie, or one of them comes and taps you, just step outside and they're going to explain to you, what is your goal? Because I don't want you to go, we're here to serve you when you're ready, and we're going to create a custom plan for you based on your resources, your time. And again, I can create plans for you with no money, no credit. And we're the only people that these properties, if anything is not sold, we will owner finance for you for 30 years, up to 30 years, with no prepayment penalty, no points, no fees. So we're not hard money lender. I'm not here to do hard money and make money on points and stuff. Anytime it's 12%. Anytime you want to get a better loan, pay me off. But we're the only people that will finance these properties that nobody will finance. And so, of course, the financing price is more than the cash. And you'll see that here's the cash price if you want to pay cash. Here's the financing price if you want to pay financing. And we have 15-year financing and 20-year financing. It's either $5,000 flat fee. We'll go over the numbers again. I'm just giving you the overall. So that's why it's here for all day, and you're going to get explained to you over there as well. So if you let us, we have already picked the pools for you. We've created some pools. You can take the pools, or you're welcome to buy from the list just one today.
Or you can buy multiples, but
yeah, you can buy one or multiple from the list. We can customize one pool for you as well.
But if you buy one, you're done.
So one you're done, meaning that one or two, you can buy it, and then you can do all the work for yourself. If you want us to do all the work, then the minimum investment is $50,000. But after you invest the $50,000, next month or the next month, you can add one property, no problem. It's only the first time investment so that we are building a portfolio for you. My goal is to create financial freedom for you. That does not happen with one property.
And Roger, you talked about leveraging.
Yes.
How many can see this is really leveraging at its finest? It really is. And I can't stress how much it's important that you have multiple properties, because you may have one stubborn, slow property. And, so it's nice when you have that leveraging capability, and I think that's the beauty of pools. And if you're dealing with 4 or 5 properties, it's still taking us to task to be able to make that work, just because it's still a limited number. Where I was buying 20, 30, 15 at a time, and so I never had that struggle because I always had that strong leveraging going on working for me. So today, you benefit from that because we're able to identify the good, bad, and the ugly that we're packaging. So it's a lot safer, and yet you're still getting that leveraging even with 4 properties.
And how we do it, remember I said that one of the reasons we're successful and we can scale it to this many people and more is because of the things that we don't do. And the two kisses of death, especially the lower income categories, are renovation and renters. Renovation and renters. We don't do either of them. We do property preservation. And who does our renovation work? Who does our renovation work? The buyer. The buyer does all the work. So if they work, they do all the build-up. They do everything. They do the paint, they do the carpet, they put the new everything. Are they more likely to stay in the house?
Yes.
And this is one of those absolutely rare cases that has never happened in this industry to me ever before until here, is if I ever have to take a property back, I get it in better shape than I gave it to them. I can sell it the second time more than I did the first time. So if they pay you, it's a good day. If they don't pay you, it's a great day. So your ROI is going to go higher. Because the second time we got the same property, we got a second down payment. Are you with me?
Yeah.
And this time, the property is in a better shape for me to show it, to sell it. And the first time, we use example, we bought a property for $18,000. And we sold it on owner financing for, let's say, for $40,000. It will not even appraise at 40 because of the condition of the house. But these type of people who are our buyers, they don't care about appraisals or anything. Only thing they ask is how much down and
Monthly payment.
how much a month. That's all they care about. How much down, how much a month, and they're owning the house. This is not a rent to own, this is not a lease option, it's a contract for deed. Although they may be low echelon, they understand the difference. So when we treat them with dignity and they worship the ground that you are, because you are the only person that they have the hope of ever owning a house. So you're doing something good for them. Are you with me?
Yes.
So you are creating incredible things, and that's what you know that his background is from the missionary work. This is his new missionary work, that using real estate to servicing them the same people, but now giving them another hand up, not a hand out. And so we don't care about their credit as much, we care about their repayment ability. So we have all of those things, we do that for you. We turn you from, first you buy the property from us, you're the owner. Then when you sell to them, you're no longer the owner, you're the banker. So you get the return every month. And we have a third company. First company was buy and sell, actually acquire the property and sell the property. And Kent does most of the acquisitions. Garland does the property preservation. He's in charge of property preservation and marketing. And there's a third company that does the servicing of these notes. We're not a property management company. Why?
We don't manage properties.
Because we don't manage properties. Because we don't rent. So what we do is we do servicing just like Aquen does. We are just servicing these notes for you. And at any stage, if you don't want us to do it, you're welcome to do it. This is not a joint venture. I'm not trying to take money from you. This is yours. 100% is yours. We charge a small fee to do these things. And I believe the fees that we charge, you won't be able to do it for that fee yourself. It'll cost you more. If you have, for $69, if you have to fly there to do anything, your money's gone. So more and more people you do business with, and you'll find out that how much we care. And every step of the way, I am figuring out how I can better serve you. And I'll tell you more, but for the 3-day boot camp where I'm going to be sharing with you, I'm going to be focusing a whole lot more on how to get you money. How many of you like that one? I promise you, I found one of my, because you know that I'm a winner circle of my guru mastermind. I know personally the gurus. I'm going to bring my friend Ari. He guarantees $50,000 to $250,000 business line of credit, not personal, that without your name. So that means there's no recourse. If you can get a business line of credit of $250,000, how many of your house can you buy? So forget about the beauty of this is for $50,000, even if you get, he will guarantee you 50,000 credit, and you can buy 3-4 properties for $50,000. Where can you buy for $50,000 3 properties? Nowhere. And and $50,000 we can do everything for you. And these are the things, and I'm going to do private lending, how to do joint ventures. But my focus is going to be for this 3 days. I'm going to teach you those. But today, we brought some problems. This was a total bonus for my students. I love coming to LA, and I have to grab them. I said, hey, please come. I'm flying next week, literally Tuesday, I'm going overseas. I'm going to speak to in Asia for 4 weeks of another company that I deal with, and they're opening up Asia. So I'm leading that charge. And we're going to talk about, on personal development this evening, also how to create residual income. That's what it is. So sorry to digress. So what he was talking about really is that incredible leverage that instead of buying one property, and if you have 4 or 5 or 10, you're looking at the return on your portfolio versus one property. But start with one. Start with one. That's okay. That's where you are. There's nothing wrong with that.
Imagine, Roger, if you, let's take a property here, just one. If you were going to pick 3 properties out of that, and keep it somewhere around the cost, keep it around keep in mind, all the fees were built into this ROI. So that was not just the acquisition. That was after all the fees were paid. $1,600 up front, first the markup, $2,500, then $1,600 for the marketing, $1,500 when we sold it, and then $45 when it was loaded into the servicing company, and $35 a month. All of that's included in that. So that ROI is
like the IPVs, right?
And this was Chuck's. He gave me permission to share his rate of return on his first IRA pool.
Oh yeah.
And so out of that $10,700 of an asset, all those fees were included in that cost. So you're buying houses somewhere around, what is that, maybe the average is like $4,200 or something like that. I'm not doing the math in my head, and that's not good. But you can do the math, somewhere in around $4,000 to $4,200, $4,300. How many houses will it take if you bought a $50,000 pool? You know, 4 houses, we're putting an IPP in there, but let's just say there were all 4 or 5 vacant properties. It just takes one property to sell. It just, I mean, for top dollar, it just takes one to perform for your investment to almost be guaranteed. That's why we throw the IPP in it, because we guarantee that one of those properties now that was maybe valued or bought for $4,300 is now contracted for $47,000, almost equal to your first $50,000 pool. That's pretty phenomenal. And that in most cases today will exist if you want that pool. I don't know how else we can. So that's finding the deal, that's selling the deal for you, and handing you the income that's already been generated and saying, okay, there's 2 or 3 more of those. Think about what the return on. And by the way, that IPP reflects, we guarantee that at least there's 20%. Well, there's a few in there at 15.
There's from 15 to 25% is what I saw.
It's already built into your rate of return if you buy the pool. So that's.
I agree. Where are you in terms of?
We were done. I was just asking. We were asking a little just questions about. Probably a good time for a lunch break.
Okay, yeah. So what we'll do is before we're going to go for lunch break. Any questions so far? Yes. Okay. His question, yeah. His question is, how are we able to find the buyers? That since we don't know their credit score, right? Then we don't care about their credit or anything else. First, for those of you, you have to, in order to understand this, because you guys are so educated, you have to take your fingers, go into the socket, and lose some brain cells. You have to unlearn some of the things. And I'm not only half kidding, because you're so conditioned, and so was I. The reason it works is because we do everything backwards. And he explained it, I've explained it sometimes, I will explain to you again. The reason it's working because we do everything backwards and the things that we do not do. So how do we first? If I have your best interest in mind, and you as the owner have because you're the owner right now, I'm trying to find a buyer on your behalf. If you have the buyer's best interest, that's the philosophy, that's how it starts. How we do it is the house that we get right now. First thing we do is we start at the very end, meaning that what should be, how do we know that